Check to see if my mic's on. Oh, yes, on. Hello, hello. Ooh, excuse me. Finish up my invocations. Yeah, some stuff to take care of today. That's why I'm finishing up later than usual. Wish you had something on the character select screen let you know how many invocations you've done, or little notifications for your characters. Something. Yeah, I wanted to speak a little bit about Mod 12 and touch on Mod 12B. In Mod 12, there will be no more Seals of the Elements. Those will no longer drop, and wherever they drop, they will be replaced with Protector Seals. Seals of the Protector, excuse me. And any Seals of the Elements that you have, you'll be able to trade them in to get Protector Seals. So the Adventurer, don't think those are going to drop anymore. But Elements, will be able to be converted into protector seals. Which on one end, it'll make getting seals of the protector a little bit easier, since you get them from all dungeons in mod 12. Meaning, it'll be easy for you to get protector seals for things like dragonflight armor. I'll go over here to the marketplace. So if you're on your first character, or if you have other characters that you thinking about getting dragonflight armor for, you'll be able to do that with all the seals and things that you get. You know, you still have to get the fangs, you know, from dragonflight and the guild marks. But depending on, you know, how much you play and things like that, and what you donate to your guild, if you're in a guild, you know, it shouldn't be a problem. So essentially, you know, while you're leveling the character, depending on how many dungeons and things you run, you should get a fair amount of protector seals. And if you have like a main character, what you can do is, you know, get your main character to run through dungeons, get the seals, you know, get the guild marks, of course, dragonflight fangs, and then just buy them for your other classes. Like, yeah, I want to look at equipment for other classes. Control wizard, dragonflight. So essentially, you can use your main character or your highest character, you know, the character you play with more often than not, and get dragonflight armor for your other characters. And what else you can do is, or what else is going to happen, is relic armor, and I think the purple rings that drop from like FBI and stuff like that. There's going to be a vendor in Protector's Enclave that sells armor that you can purchase with Astral Diamonds or Protector Seals, I believe. I could be wrong. But essentially with that, you can get a full set of relic armor without having to, you know, run FBI, Fangbreak Island, and things like that. You know, since it's becoming older content, they usually, you know, somewhat make it easier for you to do stuff as it goes. You know, as things go on, as, you know, content gets older, they kind of sort of make it easier for you to get the older armor. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hey guys, I'm a virgin. What's going on? And also with Mod 12, they got the new, you know, Tombs of Annihilation campaign. From what I've been reading and things like that, armor penetration is going to go up, meaning that you're going to need more armor penetration to do the same amount of damage as before to enemies in the new content. Can I help you? What exactly do you need help on? Currently, my armor penetration is 10k, so I think it's like 80, 90%. Yeah, I got 92% resistance ignored, so I'm pretty good in that department. You know, I should be doing, 100% damage to enemies in the new content. You know, dinosaurs and things like that. From what I've been seeing, it seems pretty cool, except for the mounts. The mounts they run kind of stiff, like something stuck up their rear. But other than that, I mean, the content looks beautiful. What else? What else? I wanted to touch on with my 12. Let's see. New content, armor penetration, seals of the protector. They're also going to tweak how debuffs work. I guess some debuffs are kind of OP, and they're going to try to balance it out. Let me see. Let's run a couple of skirmishes. While I'm on the topic of skirmishes, in mod 12B, which is going to come later, what they're going to do is they're going to change the whole refinement system to, okay, that's kind of laggy. How you have all these different stones and things like that, they're going to change all of that up just about. The refinement, they said somewhat they're going to make it easier to perform, as in you don't need all kind of different stability stones and like marks of stability and things like that. They're going to do away with that, and they're going to streamline it to where it's like one type of refinement that you need instead of marks of stability like green, blue, and purple. It's going to be like one type of refinement item that you would need. Oh, let me kill something. But essentially, when they revamped the refinement system, instead of having to hold, well, usually people hold all their refinement to a double refinement. They're going to get rid of double refinement. But what's going to happen is, I call it crushing. When you have a refinement item, I call it crushing. But what it does is, when you use it, it gets rid of the item, but it gives you the refinement, and you're going to have like a bar or something. And every item that you quote unquote crush, it's going to start filling up that bar. Instead of carrying around the refinement, you just crush it and then put it into that bar, and you'll still have it, but you don't have to carry it around with you. So like, black opals, they give you what, like 10,000 refinement or something. Even though they're going to change the numbers in mod 12B, I'm just going to say, it's going to give you 10,000 refinement points. The item disappears, and it just goes into your little reservoir, so to speak. And since they're doing away with double refinement, you don't have to carry around all the refinement. You can just crush all your stuff and start filling up your reservoir, and then your refinement points will be there when you need them. So say you're trying to refine something that needs 2,000 refinement points, and you got 50,000 worth of refinement points. It would just pull from that pool. Also, enchantments, weapon enchantments, and regular enchantments. They get two new ranks. So instead of it just being rank 12 being the highest, you get rank 14 will be the highest. And for armor and weapon enchantments, they're going to get one additional rank, meaning their highest rank is going to be 13. And as you can guess, the powers are going to go up, like the stats and things that it gives you. I mean, they're going to go up as well. I mean, which makes sense, since there's new content coming out, stronger enemies, players are going to need to get stronger as well. Check these messages. Well, me and my girlfriend currently started playing this. I used to play this all the time, and I was a great weapon fighter. I had 2,500 item level and took a long break, but now I'm back and I made a new character along with my girlfriend, and needed a really good, powerful character to power level me and her. If can't, it's cool, bro. Well, since a couple of mods ago, they made it harder to power level people. Like people used to be able to go to the stronghold and power level other people up to 60, within a couple of hours. But now they cut the XP in the stronghold, so I'm not necessarily sure how a higher level item level person could power level you. I mean, the fastest thing that you all can do is go through your quests. They give loads of XP, and that's pretty much going to be, your fastest way to level up. There's a new glitch, bro. It's in Mantle Dara. It's a mission, bro. Well, I don't glitch in things like that, so I definitely couldn't help you there if it involves that. I mean, I'm already, got 2 strikes on this account for quote-unquote botting, even though, I'm clearly playing. Yeah, I don't do glitches and things like that. I don't condone it for the most part. If people want to go through, if they want to do, partake in stuff like that, I mean, that's them. But, me personally, I'm not going to attribute to that. I'm not sure if y'all spent any money or anything on the game, but do y'all have the I forgot what it's called, the shirt and pants or something? Let me see. Yeah, I don't know anything about selling natural diamonds and things like that. Buying and selling. Yeah, buying and selling, astral diamonds. I mean, they're eventually they're going to catch you because, I mean, just how those websites work. I mean, they red flag you just from how you have to get the astral diamonds and the manner in which you have to go through to get them. So, I mean, you're on your own with that one. But I mean, currently, I mean, running 2 skirmishes and 2, regular dungeons like Cloak Tower, I mean, you can get a pretty good amount of Astral Diamonds per day. I mean, each skirmish, if you have bonus Astral Diamonds, I mean, they give you like 4,400 for the first 2. And then dungeons give you like, I want to say like 7,000 or something. I'll run a Cloak Tower right quick and let's see. I mean, what's your current item level? I mean, there's a lot of characters and players. I mean, they run through skirmishes with low item level players. I mean, characters. Excuse me. I mean, essentially they're getting carried. So. I mean, within a couple of minutes, I got 8,800 rough Astral Diamonds. Let's see. I'll queue up for a Cloak Tower. Get the amount on that. $6,000. I mean, that's pretty decent for skirmishes and the regular dungeons. Like all these dungeons right here. I mean, with 6K, I mean, you can run any of these. I mean, I know you can run Cloak Tower. Yeah, with MMOs, I mean, grinding, that's part of the game. Unfortunately for some. I really didn't start running Demogorgon except like a month or 2 ago. That's when I really started running it heavy. Back when you can only queue up for it once an hour. Yeah, I just recently, probably like a month and a half ago, I got my Twisted set. I mean, I wasn't in a rush to get it. Especially, to get 2 demonic ichor, or twisted ichor, excuse me. You need keys, gold run, all that stuff. And I just sat back and I was like, I'm not gonna fool with it. And then with some of my buddies online and things like that, when we all got up pretty high where we can just farm it, I started running it then. But before that, I was like, nah. I usually stream earlier in the day, but evenings as well. I'm gonna start back doing evenings. I mean, the Twisted set is decent. I find it to be better than the Relic set. But the relic set is easier to get because that purple with the twisted set, that's when it starts to become stronger than the relic set at green. Oh, 2 a.m. here. Is that what time you usually play? When I don't have work and things like that, I'm usually off and on, throughout the day. I'll make note of that though. Ah. So around 2 or 3 p.m. will be like 8 or 9 p.m. for you. Yeah, that might be a more suitable time if you want to, jump in on the stream. Hmm. Yeah, if you're on while I'm running skirmishes and things like that, I mean, if you want to run with me, I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, but the campaigns, if you got multiple characters, I mean, if you keep up with the weekly quests give you a good amount of campaign currency. So, if you jump on a Monday and, do a couple of weekly quests and then throughout the week, finish up the rest of them, I mean, you'll make a pretty good amount of progress. I mean, a little a week, I mean, it adds up over time. I used to run 6 or 7 characters a day with daily quests. And that's, all the daily quests for like all the zones. So, Dread Ring, Sharandar, Kyr Koenig, Well of Dragons. I used to run all that stuff, multiple characters, every day for like 8 months. I hate having to wait on people. And while I'm at it, also in Mod 12B, they're going to introduce random queues. And to get the bonus Astral Diamonds that we usually get from doing skirmishes and dungeons, 2 of each a day, you're only going to get the bonus Astral Diamonds if you random queue. Meaning you can't just specifically queue for, like Cloak Tower, Master of the Hunt, Dread Ring, not Dread Ring, but Dread Legion. You know, those like 5-minute dungeons and skirmishes. If you queue for them directly, you won't get the Astral Diamond bonus. Okay, and see how I got 8,151 rough Astral Diamonds for this run? With the random queues, if you queue for it specifically, you're not going to get the bonus. So I'm not sure if they're just going to give you the, I guess, the base rough Astral Diamonds, but you're definitely not going to get the bonus. And, you know, and there's a lot of people on the forums and things like that, I mean, going ham, you know, complaining and things like that, but I mean, it was bound to happen. Now I'm in combat spec. I used to run Trapper, and I mean combat, it does a lot more damage. Only thing is, you're running around with melee attacks and things like that, which it took a little bit getting used to. But the damage output, I mean, you can't question it. I'm gonna get through this run and show y'all how many, you know, rough Astral Diamonds I got within like 15-20 minutes, and talk a little bit about the changes of Mod 12B, which I mean I've already spoken about it a little bit. Like if you queue up for Cloak Tower and run it, you're not going to get the bonus Astral Diamond, which is, you know, a double-edged sword, because there's a lot of people that queue up for Cloak Tower and things like that, and they actually don't really participate, especially in skirmishes. Like Master of the Hunt, some people just sit there at the campfire, wait to the end, and then run up and get the reward. But with the random queue, they're going to have to random queue to get whatever content they're trying to run to get the bonus Astral Diamonds. But to be able to random queue for skirmishes, you're going to have all of them available for you to run. And that also goes for regular dungeons and epic dungeons. You have to have, you know, the appropriate item level. You know, the campaigns progress to, you know, whatever point you need to get them to be able to run the content before you can random queue. Now, you can still manually queue, but you won't get the bonus Astral Diamonds. A lot of people complaining about it, you know, about that as well. But once you get around level 53, 54, you can random queue for all of the regular dungeons. And what a lot of people are probably going to do is they're going to farm those. I mean, the 3-man dungeons, they don't take long. It's just you won't be able to go in and just pick, you know, Cloak Tower, Cloak Tower, Cloak Tower, and just run it back to back. You know, it's going to be random. And people are really complaining about that because they're like, you know, I have limited time to play, and, you know, I have to run my, you know, my Cloak Towers and my Dread Legion or Master of the Hunt to get my Astral Diamonds. You know, on one end, I can kind of sort of see that, but if you only have like an hour to play per session, I mean, you're not going to be really doing much anyway. So, I mean, for those with with more limited time, I mean, you know, it's going to suck for them. But I mean, if you don't have a lot of time to put into an MMO, I mean, you're not going to progress that fast anyway. So. On one end, I can believe that, there's some players out there, with limited time. But then, there's, to me, I'm pretty sure there's players that have more time, but they just act like they don't have time, just so they can kind of, you know, boost up, whatever they're complaining about. Because, people with, multiple characters, they're like, if I can't, specifically queue for short content and get my bonus Astro Diamonds, I'm losing out on Astro Diamonds. On one end that's true, but also, players kind of pretty much did it to themselves by, running specific content over and over, like Tomb of Spiders, or, lots of people run that because you get 3 chances to get, purple or blue rings to salvage. I don't have any vivified gear. I got Dragonflight, Executioner, Gambit, Canvas Gauntlet, Relic Weapons, and Dragonflight boots. I didn't even go the vivified route. It would just like farming Fangbreaker Island for those pieces. I refuse to do it. And also in mod 12, relic armor, you're going to be able to buy it, from a vendor. So, when I read up on that, I was like, I'll just wait till mod 12 comes and just, get it that way. You're going to be able to get the relic armor from a vendor. It's going to be, unrestored, of course, but everything that you need to restore it, you're going to be able to get it from the vendor as well. Vivify to be good, I'm assuming. But they have new armor coming out in mod 12. So, if you're going to be putting effort into it, I would put effort into getting a new armor and just roll with, a couple of pieces of Dragonflight. Yeah, with you taking a break, there's a a lot of changes and things they came out with and stuff like that. But relic armor is, is no longer going to be, the top tier gear. But within about 20 minutes, I got 25,102 rough Astro Diamonds from queuing 2 skirmishes and 2 cloak towers. You're not going to be able to do that no more. Because when you random queue for a regular dungeon, you can get any of these dungeons. Any of them can pop out on the random queue. Grey Wolf Den, Caverns of Corundux, some of the longer ones. You can get, I won't say stuck with it, but, the random system can pick one of those for you. So when you random queue, you can get any of these if you queue for, a random regular dungeon. But you also get your bonus Astro Diamonds and things like that. For epic dungeons, you have to have all of these unlocked to be able to random queue to get bonus Astro Diamonds from running the dungeon. Skirmishes, when you get all of them unlocked, you can random queue for these. Epic Trials, when you get all of them unlocked, you can random queue for those. So, people that log on and be like, okay, I'm going to do 2 Masters of the Hunt, 2 Cloak Towers, and I'm going to be good. Yeah, they're cutting that out in mod 12B. So, if you want to, try to stack up on Astro Diamonds before Mod 12B, which it's gonna be it's gonna be a good little while. I mean, the time to do it is now. Let me check how much lanolin is. I remember when lanolin used to be like 25,000 a piece. Now it's down to like 12 to 15,000. And also, you're going to be able to purchase lanolin from the vendor in Mod 12. So that's just going to crush, the value of lanolin. Yeah, those campaigns, I mean, they take at least a month. And that's if you're doing it every day. A month for each campaign. I mean, if you stay on top of those weekly quests, and I mean, you don't necessarily have to do, daily quests every day, but it helps. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I agree with you. I mean, Dragonflight armor is pretty easy to get. If you're in a good, a pretty decent guild, pretty decent alliance, I mean, you can get your Dragonflight armor pretty quick. Once you hit level 7, you put that on. I mean, you're going to be good to go for, a good while. But it is going to take time. Definitely. Yeah, you need those keys, those strong box keys. Usually I run 2 skirmishes on my characters, like 3 or 4 a day. I used to run all of them, doing 2 skirmishes, 2 folk towers. But now I just broke it down to like 3 or 4 a day. Less hanging over my head. Yeah, he looks just like my guy. My main guy. Yeah, Mod 12B with that random queue system and that being pretty much the only way to get those bonus run faster diamonds. I mean, that's going to kill a lot of people, especially people that slack off during dungeons and skirmishes and things like that. I mean, it's going to kill the rough astral diamonds if they don't find a different content to run. But I'm pretty sure I think you still get the bonus from salvage. So if you salvage something, I think you still get your bonus that way. But as far as running dungeons and skirmishes, if you don't random queue, you're not going to get the bonus. No, I did not mean to do that. Scheiße. That damn sort button. Oh boy. I forgot how I had everything set up. Ugh. I'm hungry. And I don't feel like running all this character. Hello, hello. Salve. Jesus. Salve Jesus. Is that it? Salve Jesus? Salve Jesus. Salve Jesus. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I apologize if I chop that up. The best thing I can say is get your quest done and get your make sure you got in your head, arms, and feet. Make sure you got the highest rank Azure that you got, and also your insignias. If you put, let me show you. Prosperity zone. The higher your prosperities, these are 4%. Purples give you 8%. But I think I got like 100% XP bonus. 92. It's basically 100, so it's 200% now with the double experience. I used to charge for power leveling, but I got tired of doing it. Oh, I don't feel like doing much of anything with the characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got about 12 active ones that I run. I'm trying to do like 4 a day, but I don't feel like doing any a day. Not today. Hold on for a second. Oh, can y'all still hear me? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, you can. I really don't feel like running my characters. Oh, best thing I can tell you to do is, in your head, arms, and feet, put Azure enchantments, like rank 7s or up, if you got them, and put prosperity insignias on your mounts to get your XP bonus up. Hold on, let me see what my main character has. Because I know he has 100% XP bonus. Let me see. No, he doesn't anymore. Not a high 100%. Because I think at one point in time he had like 148, 146 or something. So during double XP, that was like 300%. So I was getting, 2 or 3 rank ups a day. Leveling, whatever the things are called. Level reward. I need something to drink. I think I'm spent. Been working all day. Well, just about out there. What countries are y'all from? I'm from the U.S., unfortunately. Yeah, I'm about to go get something to eat, and I will be cutting this broadcast now.